Good evening, everyone. There's something paradoxically powerful about hitting rock bottom. It's a place no one chooses willingly, yet so many find themselves there. And strangely, it often becomes the most sacred ground upon which transformation begins. This podcast is a journey through the ashes, stories, reflections, and revelations from those who found themselves crushed beneath the weight of life, only to rise stronger, wiser, and more alive than ever. These are not just tales of survival. They are chronicles of awakening, of brutal pain, of unexpected grace, of human resilience at its rawest and finest, because sometimes you don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. Let's dive in, the anatomy of rock bottom. Before we rise, we must fall. But what exactly is rock bottom? For some, it's addiction. For others, it's financial ruin, heartbreak, homelessness, shame, loss, illness, or failure so deafening it silences every dream. Rock bottom isn't the same for everyone. It's not a location, it's a revelation. It's the moment you look around and realize, this is it. I have nothing left, but in that hollow, something else happens. The ego breaks. The noise quiets. And the truth, once buried beneath layers of identity, status, pride, and possessions, begins to whisper, meet the ones who fell. Let's step into the shoes of a few remarkable people who faced the abyss and found light. 1. The addict who became a healer. Michael was homeless at 26, strung out on heroin. Every bridge was burned. He'd been to rehab 7 times and relapsed each time. The 7th relapse ended with him overdosing behind a dumpster, nearly dying. That night, he did die, at least, the version of him that hated himself did. A stranger found him. Called 911. That moment became the turning point. Michael spent the next 18 months rebuilding from the ground up. Now, at 39, he runs a rehabilitation center, helping others reclaim their lives. His words, hitting rock bottom didn't destroy me. It stripped me of the lies I believed about myself. The pain introduced me to the truth. 2. The business mogul who lost it all. Rachel built a 7-figure fashion company by 30. The media loved her. She was the woman everyone admired, until a bad investment, lawsuits, and betrayal from a partner destroyed everything overnight. She lost her company, her savings, her home, and her self-worth. She contemplated ending her life, but one morning, sitting on the floor of a friend's basement, she scribbled in a journal, maybe this isn't the end. Maybe it's a new beginning. Rachel started a blog to document her pain and recovery. That blog exploded. Today, she's a best-selling author, teaching entrepreneurs not just how to win, but how to lose with grace, rebuild, and come back even stronger. She often says, losing everything was the greatest gift I never wanted. 3. The athlete who couldn't run anymore. Jordan was an Olympic-level sprinter. His identity, his joy, his future, everything was wrapped in his speed. Until a freak accident tore his ACL, MCL, and hamstring in one brutal collision. Doctors said he'd never compete again. He fell into a depression. He drank. He lashed out. He lost relationships. He lost himself. Then, something strange happened. He started speaking to young athletes at schools. Just sharing his story. And the more he shared, the more people came alive. Jordan realized, I was never just born to run. I was born to lead. Today, he's a motivational coach and mental health advocate for athletes. He hasn't stepped onto the track in years, but he's touching more lives than he ever did with a gold medal. The darkness teaches. What can we learn from these stories? Here are the most life-altering lessons people discover after hitting rock bottom. 1. Pain is a portal. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the doorway. In our darkest moments, life has a way of pulling the curtains back. It strips us down to the essentials. No pretenses. No filters. It forces us to confront ourselves. As one survivor said, "Pain didn't destroy me. It baptized me." 2. Everything external can be lost, but you remain. Jobs, titles, relationships, money, status, all of it can vanish, and when it does, what's left? You, the soul, the grit, the whisper of courage. That's where real power lives. 3. Vulnerability is strength. Rock bottom teaches humility. The ego dies there. And in that death, something beautiful rises. Vulnerability, you learn to say, "I need help. I'm hurting. I don't have it all together." And somehow, the moment you admit that, you begin to heal. 4. You're not alone. Hitting bottom can feel isolating, but it connects us. Every human you meet has a story. Everyone has scars. The more you share your brokenness, the more others feel safe to do the same, and in that shared vulnerability, community is born. 5. The comeback is greater than the setback. What makes rock bottom sacred is that it's not the end, it's the foundation. Every comeback story has a scene where all seems lost. And that's where the hero decides, "I will not stay down." It's that moment that defines us. Not the fall, but the rise, rebuilding from the rubble. So how do you rise after the fall? Here's what the strongest souls do differently. 1. They own their story. No more blame. No more denial. The first step is radical ownership. This happened. I played a part in it. I take responsibility. But I will not let it define me. 2. They ask better questions. Instead of "Why me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this? Who can I help with this pain? What's the gift in this?" 3. They take micro steps. You don't climb out of a hole in one leap. It's one tiny step at a time, one journal entry, one honest conversation, one job application, one sober day. They embrace the process. 4. They rewrite their identity. The old you is gone. That's not a loss, it's a release. Now you get to decide, who do I want to become? What values will I live by? What kind of life will I build from this new foundation? They serve others. The most beautiful transformations happen when people use their pain as purpose. They don't just recover, they reach back and help others rise too. A letter to you, if you're at rock bottom right now. Dear you, I don't know what brought you here. Maybe it was loss. Maybe betrayal. Maybe a slow descent into a place you swore you'd never end up. But I do know this is not the end of your story. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are not alone. And you are not without power. You may not feel it right now, but your spirit is still intact. Your resilience is still alive. Your heart, though bruised, is still beating. The world has not seen the best of you yet, so rest if you must. Cry. Grieve. Scream. Fall to your knees, but when you're ready, get up, not because you have it all figured out, but because something inside you knows you were made for more. The rise. When you rise from rock bottom, everything changes. Colors look brighter. Gratitude grows deeper. Relationships become sacred. Purpose becomes real. You stop chasing empty things and start building meaningful things. You stop proving yourself and start being yourself. You stop fearing failure and start using it as fuel. You walk with scars, but also with wisdom, with humility, with fire in your eyes and compassion in your heart. You are the story the world needs. The most powerful stories ever told are not the ones where everything went right. They're the stories of redemption, of humans who shattered and rebuilt. who lost and found, who fell and rose. If you've hit rock bottom or are still crawling out of it, remember, this chapter is not the end. It's the tension before the triumph. Your pain is not pointless. Your past is not wasted. Your wounds are not weakness. They are proof you've lived. Proof you've endured. Proof that, despite everything, you are still here, and maybe, just maybe, your story is about to become someone else's survival guide. So keep going. If this video meant something to you, like, comment, and share it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Clement, and I'm here to remind you that we need your comeback.